banger? Hell yeah.
Classes in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC Guy, and Trade Fly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Sorry about the technical difficulties. We have had a little issue going on today with the setup over there, so I'm on my alternate mobile setup today. I'm using an AirPod microphone. I do have my monitor set up. I did get that going, but yeah, guys, lots of issues today. It's okay, though. We're going to roll with it. We're going to keep on going. This is what we do. I'm sorry for the delay. Shout out to everyone who has stuck around this whole time. I love you all. I see we did get some super chats in here. Let me look at these. The OC guy get to 5 memberships, so shout out to OC, my co-host today. And shout out to Alexandra G gifting 5 memberships. I love you, man. You guys rock. And then Pawpaw Pew Pew Cruz dropped $1.99 super chat saying boomer problems, I guess it's a real thing. Bro, that system, I booted it. I'll tell you all about it in a second. Guys, let's get this thing going. Let's go. Classes in session. And yeah, we're back. All right. Shout out to Retro Mike Tech also dropping a $5 super chat. He said, this is why the Nightcap is the #1 show. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. You rock. You rock. Jeffrey Stone Cypher in here with us. We got French Toaster in here with us. Man, you guys stuck around through all the chaos. It wasn't so much a boomer issue. Look, my system, I've got monitors everywhere here, so you guys have to excuse the unorthodox Piper today. But no, my system over there. Oh, I see Calvin Lamont. Let's go, he said. Let's go. All right, so yeah, my other system over there, it would not switch to any of the scenes, and so I did a hard restart on it. Well, actually, I did a soft restart, would not load up, and then I did a hard restart. None of my peripherals were working at all. See, would a boomer know that word? My mouse over there, keyboard, nothing. So I'm going to have to, I don't know. I'm going to have to troubleshoot. I may have to be taking my computer into the shop. But we are here. We're here and we're live. Let's go ahead and bring up my co-host. Without any further ado, it is the OC guy. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. I just was saying that everyone that the Helens took over and you were working hard, but I still going to be saying that I did it all. So, yeah.
You did. I would not be here without OC right now. I'm going to move all of this over here so I'm not looking up and you guys are looking at my chin and stuff. Yeah, I had to move some stuff around. I had to move one of my portable display monitor over here. This is my mobile setup, guys. This is the one that I do use when I'm out and about in the world. So I may have to set all this up over there for the show for next week, but it's okay. It's okay. We can't go to 10 because OC has a Chart Prime show to do, and then I have another show also. So we're just going to jump in. We're going to do a little bit less news. I'll talk about some of the headlines that I had going up, but did not actually get to them all to get them all up on here today. So I apologize about that, but we're going to take a look at the market, see how they're reacting. We did get that Japanese rate hike yesterday, 25 basis points. Market's getting a little bit of a pullback on the stock side, but Bitcoin not so much. So, yeah, OC, let's go ahead and jump into the news, bro. I don't have my typical setup, so we're just going to roll, go with the flow. Let's go over to the news. All right, taking a look at the news here, guys. We are watching right now on the risk factors for the crypto risk factors. Summary right now, we're sitting at about a 50% risk. The overall is at that level. The price at 53%. On-chain metrics at 60% risk. Social chat at 37%. So not bad. Total market cap currently at $3.65 trillion right now. According to this, overvalued by 8.1%. Bitcoin dominance at 57.57. Without those stables in it, it's at 61.2. Bitcoin doing quite well there. Let's jump over to the crypto bubble, see how those are looking. We are green on the daily, hourly getting some pullback here right now. Let's go down and take a look at the price action and see how that is all looking. On Bitcoin right now, guys, sitting at $105,691, getting a pump today, up 0.3% on the daily. And last hour, it has rallied up even more despite the Japanese carry trade. So may have been a little bit off on that. BC Port Court, shout out to you. You did well. Got to drink the coffee still, man. That's the goal. That's the goal. It isn't about getting the show live. It's can I get enough coffee in before I go live with you? So looking at XRP at 0.8%. Solana's up 6.1% right now, sitting at $267. That's pretty good. Dogecoin moving up one position to number 7, up 1.7% on the daily, sitting at 36.1 cents. USDC dropping down there, losing that position to Doge. Doge is greater than the USD coin. There you go. Avalanche, actually Cardano, let's not skip that, up 0.5% there, sitting just over $1, holding that dollar range. Chainlink's at $26.05, and it is up 1.2%. Avalanche in number 12 position, up 1.3% at $36.47. SWE is up 0.6. Any other big movers? Stellar's up 3.6. Hedera, HBAR up 4.1, moving up in position to number 15. And then we're going to here look. Polkadot, Litecoin, and Leo Coin rounding out the bottom. Litecoin up 5.7%. You were just talking about that yesterday, OC, so pretty interesting to see that make its little move up. Looking at the economic calendar, guys, yesterday, let's go to this week. And let's go to number 2 on here. There we go. So yesterday we had the Japanese rate decision come in. This is for the Bank of Japan's rate interest rate. They did move it up as expected. 25 basis points, they're now at 0.5%. And we did get some pullbacks on the markets this morning. Pre-market, these were all red. Now, right now, looking at them, though, we are sitting, Dow Jones is only down 0.3%. S&P almost flat at 0.01, and NASDAQ almost flat at 0.07. VIX is in the red. The bonds, though, pretty interesting here. The 10-year U.S. bond is starting to get a little pullback. It's at 4.6. It was pumping this morning on that economic data. So today, guys, we got this data that just came in this morning. It was actually going to be happening while I was live. Came in while we were trying to get this thing set up. S&P Global Composite PMI came in this morning, was expected to be 55.3. Came in a little bit lower, 52.4. And if we go in here and take a look at what that is, just so you guys know, that is the weighted average of the manufacturing output index, okay? It tracks business trends across both manufacturing and service sectors, and it's based on data collected from 800 different companies, new orders, employees, inventory, so on and so forth. So this came in quite a bit lower, actually, almost about 3 points lower in total. So that's one of those little indicators there. Existing home sales came in right here at the top of the hour. Was expected to be down to like 4.19, 4.1. Nope, they sold some homes, even at those higher mortgage rates. The 30-year mortgage still sitting pretty high right now, and they're still selling the homes. So, and then the sentiment. This was the interesting one. This is the telltale sign here. Michigan sentiment, consumer sentiment is how do the consumers feel about the overall market, right? And it's this is the Michigan one, so it's a piece of the pie, but it kind of gives you the perspective of a slice, right, and so that you can magnify to the whole nation. 74 points was the previous sentiment rating. They expected it to be 73.2, came in at 71.1. So a lot of consumers not feeling too good about all of this. That Bank of Japan raising the rates, highest level, by the way, in 17 years. The yen jumped on that news. Let's go check out X, because I got a thing over here on X talking about this inflation and the consumer sentiment. Let's go in here and take a look. Here we go. The Fed's worst nightmare just got worse. All 3 major metrics of inflation in the U.S. are rising, and rate hikes recently became more likely. But to counterpoint that, we do have President Donald Trump, who just said yesterday that he demands that the interest rates drop immediately. It is clear that inflation is hot, even with the unexpected drop in core CPI to 3.2%. The 1-month annualized core PCE inflation is sitting at 3.5% and higher, and the core CPI is 120 basis points above the Fed's target. So Not looking too hot there. The 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month annualized core PCE inflation is rising also as a whole. And so when the Fed pivoted back in September, they noted that the labor market was weakening. So they felt that inflation was going to fall to 2% and that the labor market is what needed support. Now we're getting reports, guys, that unemployment and everything in the labor market looking very strong while inflation's coming back. So kind of a flip there where they may actually need to raise rates. This is considered the leading indicator talking about this ISM services price paid coming in hot. We now have PCE rising again as prices paid rebounds. This should also put the PCE above 3% in the future coming up here in future data reports from the economy. So the Fed still felt like they had everything under control back then. Now they might be actually looking where they have to raise the rate hikes. They may have to return with the rate hikes, all while Donald Trump is saying, "Yeah, you guys need to cut rates." But let's remember, the Fed Reserve does not work for let's be truthful here. They don't work for anybody, which is wrong completely. But they don't work for the president either. So they're going to do what they need to do, and a rate hike after cutting rates would look a lot like Volcker. If you guys don't know, that's what happened back then. They said everything's going good. They started cutting rates, and all of a sudden inflation came back on a second rebound. They had to raise rates again, and the markets just absolutely crashed. Speaking of markets crashing and pumping, your food prices. You want a metric there for inflation? Your food prices are in a bull market. Egg prices are now up 101% since October 2023. Astronomical. All right, OC, let's go ahead and jump back to DuoCam. I'm going to get my trading view set up here, and let's go do some Bitcoin TA. Let's talk about that because I am seeing some stuff on that chart, and then we'll come back and let you take a look at some alts. Let me move this over. There we go. Let's do a little resizing there. I like it. And I can actually make myself just a little bit bigger. Big piper over here. All right, guys, taking a look at what we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. We are bouncing in between our two ranges. This is where we've been getting our bounces of support off of my green bar. You guys have had this in our Discord for a hot minute, and our rejection resistance coming off of that red band up top. Guys, you got these levels. You could just ping these all day long for really good swing trades on the daily. So that whole percentage move between where we keep hitting and down to that level, that is a move of about, let's go see here. Yeah, on average, that's like a 4% move over and over and over again. You could even squeeze out a 5% on that if you really wanted to, but you could get at least a 4% on a 10x leverage. You're talking a 40% move over and over and over again in between these two. Ping pong, bing bong, bingo, bango, as Trade Intuition says. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now. Just take a look over. Nope, got to pull up the right chart. Let's go do this over here. And let's pull up my quantum charts, maybe. No, it's just maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find the other chart, guys. I don't even know where it's at right now. It's horrible. Oh, see, let's kick it over to you. Let's see what you're seeing while I go hunt down another chart on the mobile setup.
Absolutely. Since we're low budget today, I did our transition charts in here. Oh, come on, they don't show. There we go. Paper-like charts. Let's take a look at here on Bitcoin really quick. Yeah, I know. Oh man, I'm practicing. Someday I'll become a comedian. I was looking at this. Something interesting. I was looking today morning that I closed a trade at somewhere around 7:30 a.m. or something like that. I was looking at this movement right before this thing. And if you take a look at here, it looks like a V shape here to the downside. And then a little weird thing here. Let's just kind of like ignore this or put it as part of this possible rounded top, right? And if this would have completed, well, then what we would have a Adam and Eve inverted. So that was not good under my eyes, and I closed my position somewhere around here. It ended up going to the dynamic reactor and bouncing back up. So this is to show, guys, that the volatility at this point might be tricking. You're playing with your brain, and might be, like giving signals of something and then finally making some other thing, right? I would recommend just going a little bit farther back out, and just like Piper mentioned, looking for that range, that bigger picture, and start trading those, or try to go into the lower time frames if you have the skills to do so, because it takes a little bit more skills and nerves, and trade the volatility. But trading volatility, it is a little bit on the hard side, or on the hard side at this point, because of the way that the markets are moving. Something I want to go over, it's Ethereum. Ethereum did ended up breaking up to the upside. We were trying to catch a top. We actually ended up closing one of our positions right there, went back down. I did see this, but I did not trade it. Too bad. And then it went all the way up here and made it this secondary flag. Something I'm not liking about this flag, it's completely flat, right? This can be two things. One, flat positive continuation, bullish continuation, right? Which I don't think that's going to be the case for now. Or two, a big Bart Simpson. Why did I say that I don't think that it's going to be a flat positive of bullish continuation? That is because so far we are below the zero line. I want to see this bearish divergence to play it out, maybe with a sweep of the lows. And if we start breaking back inside this area right here, and I also see the flip of the ribbon and staying above the zero line, well, then I have most of this range to start trying to get in and maybe take advantage of the breakout retest. Whatever it happens, if I'm able to jump back into the range, I will be taking TP number one and maybe reallocating back that 50% as we bounce and continue to the upside. But so far, 50 minutes Ethereum looking not too shabby, but still on the waiting zone. Going back to Atom very quickly, we were expecting this breakout. Man, it is playing out as we were expecting. Let's go to the 4 hours because that was the analysis. Here it is. We were looking, no, in fact, it wasn't the 1 hour. Sorry about that. On the 1 hour, we're looking at this pattern formation. Remember that I was pointing at this area right here. Let's wait for my, there we go, for my ribbon to play it out. And we had a couple of resistances. Where are you? There we go. We have a couple of resistances up here. We're going to that area. Look at that. We are starting to form some hidden bullish bearish divergences. So prepare for a possible pullback. Let me clear this up once again so we can see it much more cleanly. And at this point, let me just redraw my my triangle here. I'm gonna be using this trend line, and of course, I'm gonna be also using this other trend line. This other trend line is gonna be thinner, like this, because it has less of a value or less of an importance. This secondary trend line is going to be telling me whenever I break, I could be going to the dynamic reactor. We also have a big area of supporting here. And then I'll be looking for maybe a flip of the ribbon to jump back in Atom. So I'm going to be setting down my alert in here, and then also an alert all the way up here, so it alerts me as we go on those ones. Let me try it back to you, Piper, and see what also you're looking at the altcoins side, or if you have some more news for us.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the news. I got a couple of articles that I wanted to touch on, and a little bearishness for you guys, because I gotta drop the bearish news every now and then. Everyone loves Piper bears, so let's jump over here and take a look at these news articles that I was looking at. We can go to news. There you go. OC's up here with me. This first one here, guys. Bitcoin options worth $7.8 billion are set to expire at the end of the month. Hence the $98,000 thumbnail that we talked about today on both videos, because we posted twice. Why not? So let's go down and break this down for you guys. Some $7.8 billion worth of Bitcoin options expire at the end of the month, and with the largest cryptocurrency trading well above the so-called max pain point, it's possible that market makers are looking to maximize their profits and will try to force it lower in the coming days. You got about 7 days before this happens. This is going to be at the end of the month when this all takes effect. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that is. Let me turn off system audio here. There we go. That way you guys don't get dinged. Data from Deribit, the largest decentralized options exchange, shows as much as $6 billion in notional value is set to expire out of the money or without value when the contracts close on January 31st. Okay, that's going to be at 8 a.m. UTC. Full 50% of those put options are full 50% of those option trades are put options. That means that they're to the upside, right? So to the downside, I mean, because you call up a friend and you put down the phone. So that is to the downside, which give holders the right but not the obligation to sell Bitcoin at a predetermined price within a specific time period. The max pain level for this expiration is around $98,000, with a significant market dynamics expected to influence price movements in the near term. The recent rescission of the SAB 121, which happened yesterday, this allows banks to now custody Bitcoin. This enables this potentially unlocking new institutional flow into Bitcoin. Strategic reserve announcement still waiting to be seen. We did not get that, but with that stuff, there's a lot of reasons for hopium, and the market makers like to grab all of that FOMO and pull that money down. Also, giving them even more reason to head to that $98,000 range. So be very careful. Put holders will most likely either hedging against downside risk or making bearish bets with the uncertainty around Trump's inauguration. The max pain is where option buyers experience the highest losses. So while the market makers, the other side of the transactions, make the most. And there is your composite man right there. That's the presence in that one. That would be institutional money manipulating price for the sake of greed. Love it. Gotta love it. So I wanted to talk about that one. And then also MicroStrategies, guys. Be on the lookout. BOLO, as we say in the Army, be on the lookout. MicroStrategies may owe taxes on $19 billion in unrealized Bitcoin gains, guys. Unrealized Bitcoin gains. That's a scary thought. Why is this so? Is this even a thing? Well, despite never selling any Bitcoin, MicroStrategy may have to pay taxes on its unrealized gains. It's because of two different things. The corporate alternative minimum tax, which is the CAMT, under which MicroStrategy would qualify for a 15% tax rate based on adjusted versions of the company's earnings. And then on top of that, there is another thing. We'll get into that in a second. Still, U.S. Revenue IRS may create an exemption for Bitcoin under President Donald Trump. Right now, all of this CAMT would make them have to pay on unrealized gains. IRS may get direction from Donald Trump. We'll have to wait and see that Bitcoin is exempt. And if that's the case, then we're free and clear. But their holdings surpassed 450,000 Bitcoin, worth more than $48 billion after they just bought $243 million more of Bitcoin on January 13th. The report comes 6 months after MicroStrategy agreed on June 3rd to pay $40 million to settle a tax fraud lawsuit that accused it and Saylor of tax evasion. The Attorney General of the District of Columbia sued Taylor for that money, and then alleging that the executive had paid no income tax in the district for at least 10 years. Where is it at? Here it is. So the two firms have requested that U.S. Treasury and IRS adjust the final rule to exclude unrealized crypto gains from the adjusted financial statement, the AFSI, to avoid serious unintended consequences to U.S. corporations holding substantial cryptocurrencies. The two firms wrote in a letter to the lawmakers on January 3rd, unforeseen combinations of CAMT and the newly promulgated accounting standard are creating unjust and unintended tax consequences. The CAMT imposes a 15% minimum tax on the AFSI, and any corporation whose AFSI averages at least $1 billion in the prior 3 years, where he definitely does because their Bitcoin has absolutely skyrocketed during that time. So they may have to pay a lot of money if we don't hear something from Trump soon. Although with that the new SAB 121 getting rescinded, we could see where now they come out and they go, you know what, we don't want to penalize banks for holding, for custodying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin for themselves. So let's go ahead and let's rescind that piece that says Bitcoin is included in that. And we'll make that where it has to be taxed at the sell, not the actual hold window. But as of right now, guys, if that doesn't change, MicroStrategy could be owing $19 billion. Could be owing taxes on $19 billion, and that could cause some pretty bad shakeout for MicroStrategies and for Bitcoin price, because depending on how much liquidity they have in their reserves, they may not have the money to actually cover those taxes without selling some Bitcoin or selling a whole lot of options. So OC, your thoughts on this, man? Are you concerned about that? Is MicroStrategy, are they set up to collapse Bitcoin on us, man?
I don't think that they're going to collapse on it, but absolutely, this is something serious that needs to be attended to, especially from the crypto markets, right? And I think, I mean, I also think like just like person and people, companies or industries should have its own kind of like a justice department, if we can say it like that. Like, is it fair for them to get out of the blue a percentage of unrealized gains? And why do I say this? Because if you're an entrepreneur, you're stepping into the big boys arena, right? And then if you're gonna start paying taxes on unrealized gains, well, then on top of everything that you're putting the risk, you're putting the capital, you're putting everything, you're paying taxes, and then you're paying taxes on unrealized profits. That could maybe create a chain reaction, right? So, I mean, it's just getting out of hand, in my opinion. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed. If not, I don't think it's going to be a huge collapse. Of course, that is one of the centers, pivot centers of crypto at this point on the States and in North America. But also remember that we have BlackRock, we have all of those ETF coming right behind Michael Saylor, right? I think Michael Saylor is more like an icon than an industry leader at this point. But I still think that everything just coexists in that area of, you know what, this needs to be addressed. This is serious. This is going to impact us, right, in both ways, both in the entrepreneur world and also in the crypto world. But yeah, that those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think that they're going to end up coming back and rescinding that, exempting Bitcoin on that, because it just doesn't match up to, what the intent and spirit of the crypto capital of the world being the United States. So, I know I'm Alex. Though I had issues today, bro. I had issues. I spent too long watching your stream, evidently, and did not test my system, and everything crashed on. I'm on a mobile setup today, so I appreciate you, bro, man. Much love to you. Much love. If you guys don't follow Alex O Crypto, you should. That man is a genius when it comes to trading. Yesterday we were both right on a trade. He did a short, or he did a long, and then I was like, no, I'm going to wait for it to come down, and this is my long entry. And then both of us have made money on that longs today. So there you go, Alex O Crypto. You ain't got to be in sync. You just got to be aimed the same direction. We don't have to fire at the same time. We just got to be pointed at the same target. That's right, Alex O. But yeah, I think that if they rescind that, I think that that's going to be better for corporations holding Bitcoin, especially with the spirit and intent that Trump has for crypto in the United States. So shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Guys, I appreciate everyone that is in here. We got 52 beautiful people, only 28 likes. So if you guys have not done so yet, smash the like button. Smash it. All right, OC, let's go take a look at what we're seeing on some other tokens. I'm looking right now at ONDO, so I'm going to jump over to this, and then we'll come back and see what you got for us. We'll knock out a couple of altcoins, one each, and then we'll probably have to head out of here because you got a class to go to, and I apologize about the short stream today. Maybe this weekend, if I have time, for the beautiful alumni, I will do a weekend stream and see where we're at. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat if you guys think that that's a fair replacement for a shorter show today. Let's jump over to the chart and take a look at this. I'm looking at ONDO right now. Looking at the value area high. This is the value area high coming off this fixed range volume profile all the way back here. Majority of our play action has been in this little small range here, despite breaking all the way up and rejecting up here around the platinum pocket. We did get a break here below the 236, and right now we're fighting with the 236 in conjunction with the value area high on here. So if we lose this level, guys, I could see us dropping back down. Where is our point of control at in here, sir? Point of control is going to be coming in right in this range here. So that's going to be about $1.33 right now. We are looking a little overbought on the actual oscillator here. We've got the oscillator overbought. Power bar is waning out. True 7 is starting to clip right. Let me get to that right there. True 7 is clipping. Money flow is looking pretty decent, though, and volume's coming up. So maybe we just get a little pullback, retest the quantum reactor that we now got above, and then send it to the upside. I think that would be the way to go. On don't. Retro Mike said on don't. That's a good one, man. Let me throw that up on the broadcast right there. On don't. From Retro Mike Tech, RMT. But yeah, guys, looking at this right now, it is getting a little bit of a move and a rejection. A little bit of a move to the downside, rejecting around our previous high range here. That's what I got on ONDO. Let me just double check on my multi-screen, my multi-oscillator. I want to see what ONDO is looking like on the RSI and the MACD over there. There we go. Yeah, it looks like on the MACD, we still could have a little more upside. It's not cooling off quite yet on the 4-hour, but we are pretty hot on the RSI. Yeah, be careful, guys. If you guys are looking at ONDO, or just do what RMT said and on don't. On don't. So, OC, let's kick it over to you. Let's see what you're seeing on your chart, and then we'll come back and talk this out, bro.
Absolutely. So taking a look at CAS, remember we were talking about it. I was aiming a little bit in here on the dynamic reactor with the flip of the ribbon. Seems like we went a little bit farther down. Remember that we also had our quantum reactor coming in strong. And what happened, we bounced on our quantum reactor going back up. So hopefully you guys enter in that trade. At this point, we're getting close to our TP number 1. And also we're having that flip of the ribbon. If you have not yet entered here, let me just throw in here couple of support and resistances. There we go. This is a trend line that we're breaking. It's not about the breakout, right? It's about the retest. So you can maybe count with a retest at this area somewhere around 13.18. So let's do another alert right there. So 13.18 on the way back down for a possible reentry as long as we are above that 0 line for the next run up. Another one that I want to take a look at is WIF, because despite we touched the bottom part alert on WIF in here, we have not yet had the movement that I was expecting. We are very shyly moving to the upside. We're breaking to the 0 line in here, but I just don't see the reaction playing out, right? I mean, I could be wrong and this could be moving a little bit slower, but also we have that huge order block. So as long as this order block is in place, I'm not going to be longing it. So just so you know, guys, I was expecting for the price actually to go in it, then retrace, and maybe these loud order blocks start going into, instead of loud, into a high or soft, or at least reducing on thickness. But that did not happen yet. It is waiting zone for us on WIF. Turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Yeah, let's jump back over here. Shout out to everybody, by the way, for the super chats and the memberships today. I appreciate you all having so much grace for my late stream today. And shout out to everybody. I do want to say, though, for Retro Mike Tech, yeah, I'm pretty sure ONDO is going to 0. I hope you got that clip. No, he asked me in the chat. He said, "Can you say it?" I said, "Yeah, I got you, Retro Mike." So out to Alexander G. He said, "Not by ONDO. I love you, AG. It's not going to 0. I just had to say it for Retro Mike." Guys, so I had a question.
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to 0.
0, baby. 0. It's going to 0. Can I get a boom shakalaka on that? Where's my boom shakalaka? I don't even know where any of my stuff is.
Boom shakalaka.
There we go. So yeah, hey guys, I was asked in the chat about the, well, I guess it wasn't a question, it was a comment. Ben Redden said something about the $19 billion. It's the taxes on $19 billion. So at a 15% tax rate per the KMT, that would equate out to, at the current price level right now, 27,142 Bitcoin is what he would have to sell to pay the taxes on $19 billion at a 15% rate. So there you go. I got that info out for you. OC, I appreciate you joining me here today, man, and sticking with me through all of our technical difficulties. And everybody in the chat, you guys are awesome, man. We had over 50 viewers the whole time. Was not able to get the flush of the Otter gang over here, but he tried. The man he's a legend and he's a great friend. He's a family member. He's my brother, Alex O Crypto. So I appreciate you, bro. But hey, everyone that joined us today and stuck with us through this, you guys are a testament to the loyalty of the alumni, and I love of you all, especially yesterday, guys. Yeah, hey, shout out to all of you yesterday that went into Dano Crypto's show and dropped some love for that dude. He was going through some hard times, and you guys came through like gangbusters. I'm telling you, it was amazing. So shout out to all of you guys. I appreciate everyone. We're going to be back here next Monday. Hopefully back at the same setup over there that we're normally at, and not here on the mobile setup. But if it is what it is. I'll have this thing ready to go. We're not going to be late because we are the A show here at Retro Mike Tech. Guys, you guys have a great weekend. Touch some grass. Trade safe. Remember, we do have a lot of reasons to have a lot of volatility, and a lot of volatility means a lot of liquidations. So please use some risk management. OC, what do you got for the people on the way out, bro?
I would like to take this last 5 minutes to ask you a question. I think it's important to note because I think we've been hearing a couple of things back and forth. And instead of giving some magic to the like button, I think it's important to go through the last knowledge thing. Explain me something, Piper, please. Yeah. Why did we not see the carry trade played out as before? And why it's also important to take a look at this couple of weeks? Because price of Bitcoin could also collapse, not do the carry trade, right? So not to
two reasons.
Both contender.
Two reasons. One, I do think that it was a little more expected this time. Last time they were speculating that it was going to happen. This time it was pretty sure it was going to happen, so it may have already been priced in. The biggest reason, though, that I would say that this happened, and this is just me with my worldly knowledge, my global economy knowledge here. I think that the economies out there are doing so bad in comparison to the U.S. dollar that a lot of money is coming into the U.S. market right now. Matter of fact, it's at global levels. I just saw an article on it yesterday morning, I believe, that was talking about the massive amount of global liquidity that are flowing into the U.S. markets and away from other markets. So that would possibly be the big reason, is that despite the selling pressure that exists from having the selling pressure that exists from a Japanese carry trade, we are still the best place to put money for a lot of the global markets. And so that's still just flowing into the U.S. market instead of doing a sell-off like we had a while back. People were still holding hopium that the Chinese market was going to rocket up and all of that. And we've seen that even though their stimulus did not protect their market, it still collapsed. So at the end of the day, I think that's really what it is. Even our 10-year bond pulling down is a pretty good sign that that the threat to the U.S. dollar is lessening despite the inflation and stuff. So we could see a smooth pullout with some really, really creative money management from the Fed and some interesting policy approaches from the presidency. It could, as long as they're not in direct conflict with each other, could lead to us spinning a little bit past the danger zones and just making it through. It's like playing Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Sometimes that gets really intense that you get done. You're like, I don't even know how I made it through that. That would be the U.S. economy through what we're facing right now. But looking here real fast, I just want to jump before we head out. Right now, we are starting to see some pullback. After the first hour here, Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell 2K, all sitting in the red right now. So we are starting to see some. Just be careful this weekend, guys. Please, if you're going to trade safe, and remember, use some risk management. I don't care if it's a stop loss. I don't care if it's extra liquidity. Whatever your case is, have some risk management. So, OC, I appreciate you, bro. Everyone in the chat, the alumni, you guys are amazing. I will catch you all back here on Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys news, charts, macroeconomics, and the headlines so that you have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until then, trade safe. And as always, use some risk management. Later, guys. Have a great weekend.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. I know know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti, yo. Crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. Sound off to get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Alexandra,
Yeah, that's my alumni.